Howdy folks, and welcome back to another weekly tech tip. This week we are going to look at making word art. So as you can see here on the computer, this is just a fun thing. At makewordart.com, you can actually do the old school style Microsoft Word art. So if you ever want to touch of nostalgia, if you go to makewordart.com, you can actually create those. Just like you used to do back in middle school. At any rate, this video, I kind of put the cart before the horse. So I had an idea for a thumbnail, and I said I want to have Go Bananas, and I want to have me in a banana costume. And I didn't know what I was going to do with it first, but we're going to talk about Ideogram. All right, so that's the subject of this video. When you're creating graphics, sometimes you want a special type of writing. And Ideogram is the best in the AI generative field for doing words. So there are a lot of cool stuff within Canva, and you can find some nice templates, and you can even like find really cool letters like this that you would then drag and drop in and spell things out, right? But what if you want something that like is very niche and specific? So for this one, I wanted a sentence spelled out with bananas, and I couldn't find that anywhere. And then I remembered, wait, Ideogram is really good at doing words. So I figured, let's try to generate a graphic. So we're here on Ideogram. This is the landing page. I mentioned it once before, but I just wanted to do like a deeper dive. So all I said is, create an image of words on a blank background made of bananas. The banana should spell out, let's go bananas. And then you can choose kind of the layout of it that you want. And then I hit generate. One thing I like is as it's going, you can see that it's starting to show you what it's going to say. And then you can look through and choose the one you like the most. Let's go bananas. That one's nice with the bananas lying around. When I first wrote it, I didn't know I was going to do it on Ideogram, so I had to do the Ideogram part second. But there's a lot of good stuff in here. But that made me think you could use this in any context you want to generate really cool word art for your presentations, for anything like that, and use it. Let's do another example. The one thing I will say is I like to put it on a blank background because I use background remove so that it becomes a PNG file that I can lay over. I'll show you that after. So let's try this one. An image of words on a blank background made of musical instruments. The bananas. The instruments should spell out Mr. Drew's music class. So I'm a music teacher. I want a nice little graphic that I can put on my slides. All right, so here's what it gave us. Some of them are a little more cartoony. I wouldn't really go with that. This one's kind of cool. Mr. Drew's. It's a little more abstract, but I like that. I will say when I was practicing before I made the video, I thought this one was really cool. All kind of made out of brass instruments. So you can create these interesting graphics. If you don't like them, you can just go again. Ideogram does make you wait. The more you generate, the longer you have to wait between generations, but it's really kind of cool. So maybe you like this image. You can do it two ways to remove the background. The first one is remove.bg. Remove.bg has been around for a while. They're really good now at removing backgrounds. You can upload an image or you can copy the link address to a web image. So copy image address, and you should be able just to paste it. Control V, didn't work. So we'll actually have to download the image, and then we will try it this way. And then now we have a PNG file. So if we download that, let's say we go back into here, we duplicate the page and get rid of that. We can drag and drop that into Canva just so we can see the overlay. And here we go. Now there is some artifact around the edges there. So the other option, say you're working within Canva, is if you upload the original file, we drop it in, we edit photo, and use the background remover within Canva. And there we have a much cleaner edge. So I guess I spoke too highly of remove.bg. It does do a good job sometimes, but in this case, Canva did a better job. It's not a great background for that, but you can see it is there. You have a beautiful graphic that you can use for your music lessons. So create images on a blank background of words made out of slime. It should spell out slime time. So the cool thing with this is you can take any idea that you have and create words out of it. Even if you just want, you see down here while it's loading, someone just made like a classic cafe board, and you could say create a cafe board with this slogan on it and it'll generate it. So it's really good at the words. So here we have on slime. So there's a few different options there for you. If you don't like it, you can try it again. So let's try a different idea. So the other idea is you can create a nice image, because it is good at generating images in general, and incorporate the words within it. So let's say I'm doing a science lesson or a geology lesson on volcanoes. Why not start off with a cool image? We'll make it 16:9 of a volcano erupting. The lava pouring out should spell out volcanoes. So then we look and we have some really cool images. Volcano, there's a bit of a spelling typo there. But this one's awesome. So now you have a very, no, we have an extra A. So say it messes up. See, now I have to wait a certain amount of time. Let's look at the other ones. Okay, I was just checking that I didn't spell it wrong. So it is messing up with a double A. That's going to happen from time to time. I mean, that was really close, and it's quite cool. It even has the electrical storms that they can generate. Okay, so the first two aren't great. This one got the spelling right. And it's still pretty cool. And there's kind of an interesting material texture going on there. And then we have this one that also worked. So there we have two really cool covers that you could choose between for a presentation. So now you see the longer we go, the longer we have to wait between. But it is free. So when free things happen, there's gonna be a little bit of extra time waiting. So for the last example of incorporating it into an actual photo, let's say you wanted to do a subtle burn on somebody, and you said, create an image of a burn with "you couldn't hit me" painted on the side of it. Get it? And we'll see how that does. While that generates, I just want to reiterate, you can choose any sort of texture. It's basically, you're limited by your imagination for what you want to create. Create some interesting word graphics, export them, remove the background off of them if you want, or you can leave it in a photo like that volcano or this barn, and there you go. So now you couldn't hit this broadside of a barn. So there's kind of a cartoony, and you can be specific, right? You can say kind of style and function. This one even has a cow in it, and look, everything, like, it's a good generator. I like that one the most. It's simple, you know? So check out Ideogram if you haven't already, and especially look at trying to incorporate the words, because that's really the power of Ideogram, is its ability to spell, which is kind of funny when you think artificial intelligence, but most of them aren't very good at spelling, at least in images. All right, and we'll see you in the next one.